All right, what's up, everybody? Things Paranormal
Hello.
Talks are back, and we have our guest, and he is about to introduce himself because I'm not allowed, and Miri doesn't want to.
So that leaves only me. Okay.
Yeah.
Start now.
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Kim, and I live in Denmark. I am 60 years old. And I'm the founder and the leader of the team called. Oh, this is going to be difficult in English. It's called Danish Parapsychological Aspect, or in short DPA. And it is the oldest functioning team in all of Scandinavia.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
By
So
the way, I
Wow.
have to say something because you're 60.
yes,
No, you're not.
I can't believe it myself, but they say I'm 60. It says so in my papers, so I guess it's true.
They forged it.
Thank
That's
you.
not real.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, you
that's
don't. It's
So,
that's
fixed.
why that's why I'm all white. I already start to look like a ghost now.
Yeah, well, I'm bald, so
Yeah,
I'd
it's
rather
a
have
long
hair and be
time.
white than be bald.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But
But it's fine.
everything has its charm.
True.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. So
Definitely true.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
But
already started my gray hair when I was 23. I think we get gray and white hair early in my family, but we never lose the hair. So yeah,
Yeah, it's the same in my family. Supposedly, everybody gets gray very early. I get bald.
yeah, yeah. The ones who do have hair.
Well, everybody has hair. That's the problem. Except for my
I
dad
know.
now, but he was older, so
Yeah,
I did something wrong halfway there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Poor shame. Poor shame.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If
cry
I
in the
had
corner
time, I
later
will
on.
pity you.
You're gonna start the questions, Mary.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. So, Kim, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
We talked a few years back and did sort of an interview and some topics we discussed it. But we started anew now on StreamYard or on TikTok, and we will post it on TikTok. So, for all the folks who doesn't know you,
Hmm.
what got you into the paranormal?
Well, actually, I think it was in my genes, because as long time back as I can remember, I had the interest for everything paranormal, but especially ghosts and hauntings. And when I was a boy, I remember when my friends they used their allowance on candy or toys or whatever, I saved my allowance and bought books about the paranormal. So
Wow.
it's been there as long as I can remember, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
I, I didn't know they sold books about the paranormal back then.
Excuse me.
I didn't know
Yeah.
they sold books all those years ago. I can't remember it in my youth.
No, we had a bookshop in my hometown, and they had quite a lot of paranormal books. And when I say paranormal, of course, that also means UFOs, the Bermuda Triangle. That also is paranormal. But as mentioned before, my main interest was ghosts and hauntings.
Wow.
Um, I don't know how it is now with books, if you can buy books about the paranormal. I don't know how many people buy books anymore, but at that time, they had actually quite a few books about the paranormal.
Cool. What was your first experience in the paranormal?
That came actually rather late. I think I was about 18, 17, 18 years old. And in the outskirts of my hometown when I was a child, we had a mental hospital, and it was quite a big area. And it was like it was separated in two, and between the two parts there was a hill, with big trees on the sides. It was like when you see a classic ghost movie, actually. And one day, my mother, she was married to a guy who worked in the mental hospital. He was a caretaker there. And one time we visited them and ate dinner there, and we had to, me and my brother, we had to go back on our bicycles. And when we go up the hill, I was maybe 10, 15 meters in front of him. On my right side, I had a lot of scrubs, bushes and all that kind of stuff. And on the left, there was grass down to the old cemetery. And then we have the water there. And suddenly from all the bushes on the right side, I saw a big black dog come running out across the street. But there was two things that was very strange about that, because even it run on tarmac, I could not hear a sound. And the way it moved was a little slower than normal. It was not slow motion, but it was slower than normal. I still remember very vividly the big ears flopping around in kind of slow speed. And then it crossed the street and disappeared in the black on the left side. So that was my first experience where I'm 100% sure that was paranormal. And a funny thing is that maybe 20 years later, 25 years later, I had a member in my team who also worked in that mental hospital many, many years earlier. And she said that she had a lot of colleagues who actually saw that same black dog in the same area of the mental hospital. So
Wow.
it was there. So yeah,
Cool.
that was the first time I said to myself, okay, this one I cannot explain.
No. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Very,
find
very cool.
any explanation what it was, that dog?
No, but it's funny because I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Denmark we have some stories dating maybe 200 years back, that if you see a big black dog, is an omen of a death in your family or close friends or like that, So of course I was thinking about that. Is it really true, with the omen? But nothing happened. So,
Okay.
but I never found out any explanation or any reason why there should be a ghost dog there. But it is well known, has been seen a lot of times. So, yeah, it's there.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool.
Mm.
You started a team, a paranormal team. And when did you start investigating with a team for the first time? How many years ago?
That is actually almost 26 years ago. It was in 1998, and actually it was between Christmas and New Year's Eve. So late December of 1998. Yeah,
Wow.
Nice.
that was
And
our first investigation.
with DPA or another team?
No, that was DPA. That was DPA.
Okay. So it's very old team, 26 years.
Yeah, it's very old. So, but only this last weekend, I was at one of my other hobbies is model building, and I was at a show in Sweden, and I talked to a guy I know from Norway who also do paranormal investigations, and he actually told me that in Sweden and Norway there was no teams that old, and that's why I can say that it's actually the oldest team in Scandinavia. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
very
really
nice.
cool. So the team is still active.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And do you also do you do residentials, or do you locations, or both?
Both.
Both.
We look up interesting places ourselves, and there's also we get people write to us regularly, and because they're experiencing something at home, and they would like our advice, or would like that we take a look at what's happening, and so forth. So we do both.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the same as us. We help people and we like to do it on the site as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's my question time.
Yeah.
Yay. You had your own TV show.
Yeah.
How many seasons did you make and what year did it show on air?
We made 3 seasons, and what year? Now that's a good question. I think it started in let me think, 2015 or 16, I think, and then for 3 years.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I envy you.
I have to admit that even though the show was quite popular, we were not very happy about it because it was not really what we wanted to do. We wanted to show people that there's some truth about the paranormal. We wanted to show people that there's actually people who go out and investigate, So we wanted it to be about the paranormal, and they made it more about us, about the people who do that, And it was not. Let's just say it was not serious the whole time. It was not. It was not what we were expecting when we filmed. And I can say also, because a lot of people told me or said to me that, but you had to feel that when you film, but you cannot feel that because you film. One episode was 1 hour, and then you have to retract the commercials. And we also there was another team in the TV series. Also, we were 2 teams. We didn't have anything to do with each other, but there were 2 teams. So suddenly, our time in one episode was maybe 20 minutes top. But for those 20 minutes, we filmed probably 15, 16 hours at least.
Damn.
So you don't have a chance to know what parts they're going to use. So they can take a little here and there and put it together, and they can also make you look, I don't know if I should say ridiculous, but
Yeah.
they can make fun of you because the way they cut and put it together like that. So
Yeah.
you don't have control when you film that.
No, you have a big chance of them making you not look ridiculous, but not serious about what you're doing. So they make you look stupid in that case.
Yeah, exactly. But fortunately, a lot of people have told me that they knew that, they could disregard that aspect because and people who had us out, for investigation like that, they know also, of course, that how serious we are. So, but of course, there are still people who believe that everything they see in TV, that is the truth, no matter what.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like that.
Sad enough, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a nice comment from Alex. Awesome costume, guys. Mary, you look awesome. Love your streams.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
We had-
agree. I didn't know we have to put costumes. I'm sorry.
No, it
No, it's
wasn't
fine.
supposed to be that. But
Okay.
tomorrow evening we have a Halloween evening, also on
Yep.
StreamYard. So I had to test if I would get my contact lenses in.
Yeah.
And later on, I have to try and get them out.
Oh yeah.
So that's my challenge for today. So I thought if I put on the lenses, I put on my necklace,
Yeah.
and yeah, Halloween ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing special, but it's a tryout for my lenses.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have to go and help a friend tomorrow. He have a Halloween happening in his house, and outside his house. and he invited people all over. He had an article in the newspapers and like that. So I'm afraid that a lot of people will show up, but I already promised him to go there and dress like a killer clown and like that. So
Wow, you have
it's
to
going
send
to
us
be
a
fun.
picture.
Yeah, we have to see some pictures.
Yes,
Yeah,
big guys.
Don't worry, we will get some pictures and video probably also. So I'll send
Oh,
you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Well, you answered a couple of questions already.
Yeah.
Only the when did it stop, the TV performance?
It stopped. I think it was 2017 or 18.
And the reason was probably because it was not what you were looking for, or did they
You
want to
asked
stop?
why it stopped?
Oh, both.
Yeah. I actually don't really know. It was like this. We made season 1 first, and when that aired, we could see the way they put it together was not what we expected. So I actually told the company who made the TV show that we would not go any further. We would not make a season 2. And they asked me, please, will you reconsider? Because the other team already accepted. I said to them, if we have to make more of this, I will make a list of demands that you have to agree on, else we will not do it. So the top director for the company, he was actually here in my apartment, and I presented the list of things that I said that you have to agree with these things, and he actually did. So we made a season 2 and a season 3, and they were a little more serious, you can say, than season 1.
Yeah.
For instance, in season 1, they were not even interested in showing any of the evidence we got on the investigations. They didn't care.
Then why do they do paranormal show?
Yeah, exactly. That was my question too. And people asked me, "How come we don't see what you caught?" And I said, "You have to call the company and ask them because it's not my decision, you know." So that was one of the demands I had, that they have to show what the evidence we got, and then they agreed to show 3 pieces of evidence. So I had to pick the 3 best pieces of evidence. So it was, it was a fight, I think.
Yeah, I
And
can understand that.
maybe they got tired of me putting demands. I don't know. So maybe that's why it stopped after 3 seasons.
You were too serious.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to accept to be made into a fool, you know.
No, exactly.
I wanted to be serious, and because I tried to explain to them, there's a lot of people, there's much more people that have problems with paranormal stuff in their homes.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to show them that something can be done, somebody can help them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just interested in making a comedy show almost. At some points, it looked like a comedy show.
Well, I think you have at least one fan. You're one fan richer.
Okay.
Because he agrees with you. I agree with your demands, and good you stood up for what you were standing for.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah.
Yeah. We have enough paratainment.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's
That's
all
true,
about the money and nothing taken serious. So I think you did a great job, but standing ground.
Yeah,
Thank you.
did.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
I can say also that we didn't get paid for it. So we got a little bit of equipment, you know, but we didn't get paid or anything. So we didn't do it for the money.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, I have to admit that a big plus for us was, of course, that when they want to make a TV series, all the places they asked, they opened their doors because it's a
Yeah.
TV service. And a
Yeah.
lot of those places we wouldn't stand a chance to go and visit. One of the places, an old castle in Copenhagen, where the Danish military have their what you call that, officers academy they have now. They opened the doors and they told us that we were the first team ever to be there, and there would not come any other team after us. So it was
Wow.
only for us. So of
Wow.
course it was there was good things about making the TV show. It was not all bad.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it hard to
Yeah.
get into any locations in Denmark?
It is very, very different, there's places where they say no. You can feel that they think you're crazy when you ask like that. So they just say no. They don't want anything to do with that. And then on the other side, I remember I talked to the CEO at a big place. I don't remember what place it was, but I explained to him what we are doing, how we do it, and if we could go there for one whole night and like that, and I can hear that he was thinking. Then he said to me, "That sounds exciting, and I think that we can say yes on one condition." And I thought to myself, "Oh no, what now?" And then he said, "And that is that I can participate because that sounds exciting." Oh yeah.
Wow.
So it's from one to the other. So
Yeah.
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 But I think if you're allowed to go in or not, I think it's about 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
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 But
We have maybe a 5% chance here that we can go in
that's
somewhere.
not much. That's not much.
No,
Yeah.
that's bad.
But I don't know. Maybe it helped that we made that TV show because people still remember me from the TV show. So I don't know. Maybe that helps for us. I don't know.
Could
So,
be.
but I would say around 50-50, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's starting to be more difficult. I can feel that we are still allowed to go in a lot of places, but I can hear that people are thinking more about it than earlier, and I think also it's because that here in Denmark we there's a lot of new groups popping up, and it's not all of them that are very serious, and of
Yep.
course that is not good for the rest of us.
No.
Nope.
So
Agreed on that.
yeah, so I think that plays a part also. So let's see. If you interview me again in 2 years, maybe it's not 50-50 anymore. I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God, that's awesome. If people want to be a part of it and experience it for themselves, I love it when they are curious about that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
that's the best one you can have in a location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best one,
That's
definitely.
true. Yeah.
I
And
have one more question, and then it's Mary's turn again.
okay.
What is your absolute favorite location you've been to before?
The favorite location I've been to. That is a good question. I would say if I have to pick a location here in Denmark, it is probably a mental hospital in Jylland. We had a lot of things happen over there. That was quite exciting. But I will say the one spot of all I've been that I like the best was probably the ancient Ram Inn in England.
Wow.
Very nice.
That,
Yeah,
that-
we still plan to go there.
Yeah.
I understand. It's that is a place where you don't have any doubts that it's haunted. We didn't. We could feel it from the moment we walked in through the door, you know. And a funny thing about our investigation there was that it was actually John Humphreys. He was still alive when we were there, so
Yeah.
we got to talk to him. It took a longer time than anticipated to talk to him because he was starting to get what you call that in English, dement. It's
Yeah,
what?
dementia.
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 Yeah.
Dementia.
Yeah, that's true. So we got the same story 2, 3, 4 times, you know. So
Yeah.
it took some time, but it was fun to talk to him also and hear his stories. You know,
Yeah, that's cool.
that's an amazing place. Yeah,
Yeah. We can't wait to go in.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I understand.
Yeah.
And do you know that John Humphreys, he was actually the one who saved the ancient ram in
Oh no, I
back in
didn't.
the 60s? Yeah, he saw it in the newspaper, and it said that it was going to be torn down. And
Okay.
it was in the 60s, and he went there to see it before it disappeared. And when he arrived, they already started to bring the bulldozers and like that. It was very close to being torn down, and but he thought it was a pity, so he bought it actually. So he's actually, it's because of him it's still there.
Cool.
Oh my God. Thank God for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you look at all your investigations, what was the most remarkable evidence you caught?
The most remarkable evidence we caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. We experienced a lot of things that we were not lucky enough to catch actually, but the things that we caught, I think the best evidence probably is from the Danish armory in Copenhagen, built back in the 1600s. And at one point, you know, we were at the attics. The attic, it was up there, and you know the roof goes up like this, and there was a row of cabinets, and then in the small space between the cabinets and the bottom of the roof, we had a camera pointing forward, and it was placed all the way next to the cabinet, so you could not pass the camera, but we catched a black shadow passing the camera anyway.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
So that's probably the best we caught.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Always nice.
yeah,
Yeah. Shadows
And,
are the best.
Yeah.
Actually, also it was very nice because one of the guys who worked there, he actually told us that in that specific area, he saw some 3 black figures, not so tall, maybe to here or something like that.
Yeah.
And he saw them 2 times there, and we caught. I don't know if it's one of them, but we caught a small black shadow. So that was very
Okay.
exciting.
That's
That's
a
cool.
good confirmation for the one who saw that.
Excuse me.
That's a good confirmation for the one who saw that, for not being
Exactly.
crazy in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he told us that the people who work there, especially at night, they saw plenty crazy things in there. He saw women like it from the 17th century, with the big dresses and the powder hair and like that. He saw things move by themselves. They experience so much in there, so that's an exciting place also.
Yeah, it sounds exciting already.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shane
But,
knows what I'm thinking. I want.
Yeah,
yeah. But I have to admit that is probably one of the places that would be difficult to go without the TV series, because it was in
yeah.
one of the episodes we went there. But if you guys come to Denmark, of course I will try and see if I can get us in there again if you want to see.
That that would be cool.
Let's
Yeah,
do that next year.
yeah,
And
Denmark.
we do that. We do everything next year. We will go to Scotland. We want to go to England next year. We want to go to Denmark. It's gonna be very
Yes.
expensive next year.
yeah. I
No,
can do that.
because we throw a few meetings all at once because the Americans are coming. So we go with them 4 or 5 days to Scotland and
Yeah,
the UK. So we have a few budget to go to Denmark.
yeah, yeah. But we have plenty
Okay.
of exciting locations here also. Also locations that is not known in public, but some places I know about that
Yeah.
is very exciting. So
How
Nice.
about how about the asylum? Is that still possible to investigate? Because every asylum here in the Netherlands, it's forbidden. You won't get in.
yeah, that's the same here in Denmark. So
Okay.
I tried several times to where I had my first experience with the black dog. I tried several times to see if we could go there, because I worked in that asylum myself also after that experience. So I know the good places on that asylum, but it's a no every time we ask. And the other place I talked about, the place in Denmark where we experienced the most, I think that asylum, I know that it is, I think it's moved out. Part of it is closed and like that, so we cannot go in there again also, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Same
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know, I guess maybe it's the same down in Holland, but here in Denmark at least, if let's say an asylum closes, it's not left very long empty. Often they start to build apartments.
Yeah. It's the
So
same.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we really don't have those places that have been vacated for 10 or 20 years like that. You don't see that in Denmark. It's very, very rare.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
about a hospital that was closed down maybe 3-4 months ago. I heard about it, and tried right away to see if we can get an appointment, but it was already sold and they already started to build it into apartments. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
difficult.
I always say good luck to the people who are going to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
fly around with your team name. Like, if you need people,
Yeah, yeah.
you know where to find us.
Yeah. We
Just
should fly as well.
we put
Yeah.
flyers in the mailbox once a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know actually
Um,
the asylum I worked in, I know that when I worked there was an old building. That was actually the first building on the whole asylum, built back in, I think also in the 1600s. It's very old. And there was a ward with patients. But at some point, they closed down the ward and made it into administration. And they moved all the patients to another ward. But the reason they did that was actually because the patients complained too much about the goats. Of course, that was not publicly known because, of course, they don't want to admit that. But that was actually the reason that the ward was closed down and turned into administration. So, yeah, there's a lot of things happening on that asylum also. But unfortunately, yeah, they don't want us there. So,
Oh, it's a
yeah, that's too
shame.
bad. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
I have an off-topic question. You talked about the shadows you captured. they've seen 2 or 3 little ones. In
Yeah.
your opinion, how can you explain those shadows? Are those children who aren't able to manifest? Is it something different? Is it something evil? What's it in your opinion?
Well, I have to say that exactly those black shadows he talked about in the armory, that is probably a little difficult because he actually said that they were wearing like a pointy hats, and it was like they had no neck. It was like the head or the hats was placed directly on the shoulders, so they looked very, very special. Um, and I really don't know what to think about it. Of course, one thing that comes to mind when you talk about pointy hats is, of course, the leprechauns or whatever, But do they exist? I don't know. All I can say is that the way he described those shadows, it was not persons. It was not. It was not. A ghost of persons, because they are so what do you call that? Not tall,
Yeah,
and
it's small.
yeah, small, and they had those. And it was also a very strange way he described them, because he said the attic was made into sections, maybe 20-25 meters long, with the fireproof doors in between. And he was standing in one of the sections, and suddenly he saw they were coming through one of the doors. It didn't open; they just go through the door, and they run all the way through the section, through the door into the next section. And he actually said that at first he turned around because he was scared, but he couldn't help himself looking over his shoulder anyway. And he said that it felt like he was standing inside a refrigerator. It became extremely cold. And when they disappeared again, he was thinking, what was that? He thought he's gone crazy or whatever. And then after maybe 30 seconds, they came back, running through the section, and disappeared the other way again. So,
Wow.
it's a very strange experience.
Yeah,
I believe
I
you.
can understand.
Yeah.
But I think also your question, Mary, probably also relied to shadow people, more human-shaped black shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I think they're very exciting because, what are they? They are so black. People say that even if you're standing in a complete dark basement, you can still see them because they are that
Yep.
black, and
Yeah.
they can move extremely fast.
Yes.
So I don't think it's ghosts. I don't think it's spirits, people's spirits. But what it is, I don't know. I don't think it's evil. Also, I don't really think there's a lot of evil. I don't like so much people talk so much about demons. I think
Yeah.
demons are extremely rare. So
Thank you.
Exactly, Shay.
I hate it when people say, "Oh, it's a demon." Shut up.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Me too. And also because then people say, "I heard 3 knocks." Oh,
Yeah.
that's a demon. That's a
Yeah.
demon. No,
Yeah, definitely.
I actually for several years now, I actually asked people I meet, not all people I meet, of course, but sometimes I ask people, imagine you go up to a house, you've never been there before, and you have to get in touch with the people inside.
Yeah.
Could you knock like you would knock on the door? And 9 out of 10 times, people knock 3 times.
Yep,
Yes.
So
they do
there's
Yeah.
because
nothing
it's a
evil
normal thing
about
to
that.
do.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but again, what is shadow people? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, someone who says,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
you are a demon. You are a
Yeah,
demon.
me too. Me too. I always knocked 3 times.
yeah,
But
most people,
everyone knows I'm a demon, so
True.
you admit it.
yeah, I admit it.
Mm.
But it's the three scratches as well. If you
Yeah,
imagine someone is trying to catch your arm, always the 3 fingers are touching you. So if they try to get you, you always get 3 scratches. It's
exactly.
it isn't that that it is demonic or the mockery of the Holy Trinity. Um, but if someone believes it is, my
It's
Yeah,
going to
blessing,
be
yes, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
if you
That's
believe
true.
it hard enough.
Yeah, a couple of times when I wake up early to go to work, for instance, you know that sometimes it's difficult to wake up. You are so tired that it's difficult to wake up. And I noticed 2 times when I sit on this edge of my bed, just woke up. I scratched my leg, don't think about it, and then I can see 3 scratches.
yeah,
Yeah, and I know, of course, that it's me who scratched my leg, but I think
yeah,
it's natural because when you scratch, you don't use your thumb
no,
and the pinky, it don't put a lot of pressure. So the 3 middle fingers put the most pressure when you scratch.
Yep,
yeah,
So it's natural that you get 3 scratches.
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
People are going to hate us for this, and I love it.
Guess what? I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
but it's just important to realize and to remember that not everything is paranormal, not everything
exactly.
is demons,
Yes,
and I think it's the same with people who use the word poltergeist.
yeah,
Uh, I heard people say that my kitchen cabinet open and closes at nighttime. That's a poltergeist. No, why shouldn't it be a spirit after a person? You know,
yeah.
and if something gets thrown, an angry spirit can throw something also. It doesn't have to be a poltergeist.
No, it's
Mischievous,
Yeah.
huh?
it's
Huh?
activity. It's
Yeah.
poltergeist activity. It's not a poltergeist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I have a mischievous spirit in my house. So sometimes my mascara will be pushed down the closet,
Mm.
um, a, a cup or whatever. It isn't poltergeist, it's a mischievous spirit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's a child. Yeah.
Could
Mm.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think at least the one with the demon activity, I think a lot of people get that from the States. I noticed that a lot of the American paranormal shows they use that a lot. If
Oh,
anything
They do.
is three comes in three, it's a demon. No doubt about that.
Yep.
we mention him all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dewey, Zach Bagans.
We always
Oh yeah.
do.
You mentioned the name, not me.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't like him. I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
I watch it for the locations. I love
Yeah.
the locations he visits. For the rest, if I pay attention to them, I will be asleep in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. And it's quite funny because I have the early seasons of Ghost Adventures in on DVD,
yeah,
and it was completely different than the beginning. There were three
Yep.
bodies, but now there's a boss, and then there's the other ones. It changed a lot.
yeah. And
Yeah,
so many cameras. When Nick Roth was part of the team, they were more serious,
yeah,
and the evidence um, reliable. Not
yeah,
all, not everything, but most of the evidence was reliable. The EVPs now they get scratched, they see shadows, they see demons, they are jumping and shouting around like a bunch of addicts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's difficult to take it serious. I have to admit that.
I don't.
Alex says, I get visited by my dad from time to time. Sometimes the door opens by itself, and if I say, not now, Dad, the door closes. If I say, come in, it opens more. That's actually beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah.
very nice.
Absolutely. Did you have any scary experiences during investigations?
Yeah, no, not really, not scary. I have been, how do you say that in English? Things have happened that make me jump because it's unexpected.
Yeah.
So I can get a shock
Jump
or
scares.
whatever. Yeah, but I'm not trying to sound like a bad guy or whatever, but I actually never been really scared on investigations. Only if there's a very big spiders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hate them.
I love it.
I'm not scared of spiders particularly, but if I get a spider web and there's a spider in there and it's gonna be in my face, I'm gonna be Bruce Lee in 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but
I will be outside.
it's quite funny because generally I'm not scared of spiders also. I had a tarantula sitting on my hand once. I didn't mind, but you probably had
Okay.
the same in Holland, the big black fat ones,
In the
cannot-
house, yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
stand those.
And those fuckers are fast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Always coming towards you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Always. Yeah.
Yep.
I
And
hate
I
them.
know what people say, that we should be happy for them. They help us. They eat a lot of insects and everything. Yeah, that's true. But I'm not happy about them anyway.
Well,
No.
I think I live in the wrong city because my spiders don't eat shit.
Hmm. Yeah.
They make a web, but there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I trash the webs and I vacuum the spiders because I truly hate them. I truly hate them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very scared of them.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I interact with a spider, I will be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
understand.
fun. Yeah.
And
Next question is, well, we already know you did investigate outside of Denmark because you
Yeah.
went to the ancient Remin. But are there any other places or countries that you have investigated outside of Denmark?
Actually, only one more investigation in England, and that was the witch cage in St. Osyth. I don't know if you heard about it,
Yeah.
but it was, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there, and that was back when Vanessa, she still had the house, and I have to say, like ancient Ramin, the witch cage, there was no doubt that there was something there also. Actually, I was, I don't like to use the word possessed, but I don't know what else to call it. It was nothing like the Exorcist or anything like that. Of course, that's a movie, but there was something that did go into me, and yeah. It's a long story, but if I can try and short it down a little bit. But one of the rooms upstairs, Vanessa told us that several people have seen a black shadow or black mist in the corner of the room, and it was only me and one other from my team, and she's a medium also. And we tried to contact, or she tried to contact that, whatever it was, the black mist. and I was filming her with my infrared video camera. And at one point, in a split second, it looked like on the screen, like her face turned into a skull, just for a split second. And I said to her that was strange, because so we agreed that we better go out of the room, and we went into the former bedroom and tried to do something there. And then I started to feel like if I had somebody sitting on my shoulders, my legs got, it was like my legs could not carry me anymore. I was too heavy for my legs, and I bumped into things, and she asked me, she was sitting on the floor and doing an EVP session, and she said to me, "What are you doing? Normally you don't make that much noise. What's happening?" And I just said, "I don't know." It was like I was gone. And I remember I was thinking at one point, when she's finished with that, I'm the leader of the team, so I have to find out what we have to do then. And I had no idea. I just thought to myself, what am I going to do? I don't know what should we do? What are we supposed to do? I was blank. And right after that, I looked at her sitting there on the floor, and suddenly I felt like I wanted to hit her. And I want to stretch out that I am an absolute non-violent person. I have never been in a fight or anything. And actually, that shocked me, that I suddenly just felt like going over there and slap her, and I don't know why. So, but luckily, I was still so much in my own mind that I thought to myself, I have to get out of here. So I went into the other room alone, and later I was told that she asked the cameraman and the sound guy. She asked them if they had noticed that I changed, and they said yes, they noticed. And then she said, "Okay, we have to go out. We have to go out of the house now." So we all went out of the house into the courtyard, and she started to expel whatever was going into me. And I have no perception of time. I don't know if it took 3 minutes or 20 minutes, but after a while, I felt that I was coming back, and we got something to eat and drink, and then we go into the house and continue. But that was quite an experience.
Yeah,
So
I can understand.
yeah, so I will say that nobody's going to tell me that it's not haunted in the witch cage. I know it is.
Yeah,
So
firsthand
yeah,
experience now.
Urgent, yeah.
yeah, that was I'm happy for the experience now, but at that time it was not very fun.
No, I can
So
understand that.
yeah,
Yeah.
That would be a scary one, scary experience
yeah,
as well.
it made you think,
Yeah.
because I thought, for instance, it was because the TV, the company that made the TV show, they said to us, we can only be 2 people on this trip, and I had to pick the other person, and I thought, imagine if she could not go. Imagine if it was one of the other guys who were with me, and they are not mediums or clairvoyants or whatever. What could we do? They could not help me. But so luckily it was her that was there, and she could help me with this.
That's good.
So yeah,
Yeah, everything
so
happens for a reason.
yeah, they say so. So I guess it's true.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or else you would have been in big trouble, I think.
yeah. So yeah, but that was my only other investigation in other country.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your honest opinion, do you think there's a difference between the energy and the spirits in Denmark and other countries?
I don't think there's any difference between the spirits as such. I think there's a difference in the level of hauntings, if you know what I mean. Just the two investigations in England, I can see that, man, there was a lot of activity there, So that's different. But the spirits themselves, I don't think there's a big difference. And one funny thing we found out in England was that it doesn't matter what language you if you do an EVP session, it doesn't matter. You agree? I can see.
Yes.
I would say
because
that.
we
Yeah.
could ask in English and we get a reply in Danish, or the other way around. It doesn't
Yep.
matter what language we use. So
They understand everything. It's a universal language.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So we several times we asked in English and we get perfectly good answers in Danish, relevant answers, and the other way
Cool.
around. Yeah,
Very, very cool. Yeah, I've
yeah,
noticed that myself because, of course, we have a lot of Second World War bunkers
yeah,
here. And
yeah,
if I ask something in German, I get a Dutch response from a German. Or if I ask in English, I get a German response. So
yeah,
they understand perfectly what you're saying.
yeah,
I even have French, but I can't speak French, so I don't know what they said.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. One of my team members many years ago, she got a reply in Latin. We think it's Latin.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We cannot really make it clear enough, so we cannot get it translated. I tried somebody who speak Latin or know a lot about Latin, but it's not clear enough. But it's quite funny because, or I don't know if you could say funny, but interesting that it was actually on an investigation where, again, I don't like the word demon, but there was something mean there, and it didn't like when we brought the crucifix and the or what you call that, the Catholic chains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The rosary.
yeah, rosary. It didn't like when we brought that into the house. So demon or not, I don't like the word, but yeah, something was there. So, but that was one of the EVPs that sounded like it was Latin. I think it was Latin.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, my head is spinning now because were the Romans in the area back in the days, in the Middle Ages? Because that could explain the
yeah.
Latin.
I actually have to admit that I really don't know if we had Romans here in Denmark at that time. I never heard about it, so I don't think so. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But of course, a lot of scholars in the medieval ages they spoke Latin also. So
Yeah.
yeah, it could be whatever,
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, always interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that they had a son, 3 years old, and one of their complaints was that he changed his behavior. He got a little aggressive and like that. And it was actually him that complained about the rosary and the crucifixes.
Wow.
One of my team members talked to a Catholic priest, and he gave her those items to give to the family. And the 3-year-old boy, he said to her, "Don't bring that into my house. It will destroy my house." A 3-year-old boy.
Wow.
So that was then you start to think again,
Yeah,
what's happening
Yeah,
here?
that sounds like oppression.
Yeah, it does.
absolutely. But
That's
a
bad.
3-year-old.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did it eventually work out fine?
Yeah. She actually she actually went there, I think 3 or 4 times, and she is the one who's a medium also, and she went there and she actually got it out of the house, and the boy changed back to the normal happy boy again.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but we also got a EVP that was interesting because when she started to try and what you call like clean the boy, we can hear we have an EVP where he first said nej, that is like he says no, and then we got an EVP that says in Danish it says bliv fra ham din møgkælling, and that means stay away from him, you bitch, and that was very clear, no doubt about that.
Whew.
So yeah. So there was something in that house that was not very pleasant, that's for sure.
No, and I know you don't like the word demon. I do believe in demons because I've seen one. Well, I've seen somebody possessed, and we got it out of him.
Yeah.
So I do believe, and I know I'm very careful when I say demon, but that
Yeah.
sounds like a demon to me.
Yeah.
I think I always said that that is probably the investigation I've done in 25 plus years that where I might have to admit that it was demonic activity.
Yeah.
And maybe I should explain, because when I say I don't like the word demon, it's also because I think a lot of people, if you use the word demon, they think about, Dante's hell with the
Yeah.
little red demons with their triforks and like that, So
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's something that never walked on earth, and something that is just evil.
Yep. It's evil in nature.
Yeah, and I guess that's demons, but when I say I don't like the word, it's because I think it's used too much,
Yep.
Too many people just burst out the word demon right away. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah. But
Yeah.
of course,
The first remark I make is shut up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like me then.
Yeah. It was actually also quite funny because, as I mentioned, one of my team members got the crucifixes and the rosaries from that Catholic priest. And we had an agreement with him to meet with him the day before the investigation and talk to him so we could ask some questions, get some advice, and like that, if it was demon activity. And we were getting close to the investigation, so I go to her place, and the next day we were supposed to meet with the Catholic priest, and she called him to confirm the appointment, and suddenly he was completely turned around. He could not help us. We should not come. He could not help us. He don't have anything to say to us. He was suddenly he wouldn't talk to us at all. So
Wow.
that was
Like
also,
I think he got a tap on the fingers from the Vatican.
exactly. We talked about that also, because when she talked to him first, he was very, very nice. And, oh, you just come here. I will talk to you. I will explain to you. And I will,
Mhm.
everything. He was ready for everything, but suddenly closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I-
that was,
I-
Yeah, I don't think you were wrong in that regard. No.
I remember someone telling me that they have to have a permission from the
Yeah.
Vatican to do
Yeah.
to have something to do with something demonic. They have their own exorcist, and in the past it was Father Mort. He went all over the place to do exorcisms, but they investigate themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. They won't allow anybody else in there.
No.
Exactly.
But the funny thing is that I don't know what she said to him when she talked to him the first time. But it was not our plan, of course, to do any exorcisms or whatever, you know. She's a medium and she could try to cleanse the house and like that. But of course, it turned out a little different than we expected, you know. So I don't know if I don't think at first that he thought that we were going to do any exorcisms. We weren't going to try that. But I think there's no doubt that he talked to a superior and then he was told, forget it. You're not
Yeah.
talking
Yep.
to him. Yeah.
Yep.
So, because it's funny when a person that is so nice and willing to help you suddenly turn completely around and closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He
straight.
had a tap on the fingers, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But fortunately, everything worked out anyway in the end. So, and I also talked to the father in the house a couple of times after the investigation. You know, a long time after. And actually, it's no more than I think 6-7 months ago I heard from him. And the investigation is probably 12 years ago. But everything is still good. No, there was no problem at all after we were finished. So luckily we were able to help them apparently.
Perfect job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very good.
So
All right, completely different question. Do you have a bucket list of locations? So make it a top 5 on locations.
yeah, I actually do. And my number one is in the States. There's only one problem with that, and that is that I'm much more afraid of flying than I am from the ghosts. So I don't think I can ever go to the States, unfortunately. But my number one is Waverly Hills. I would love to go there, and especially the body shoot. I would really love to see that.
I can
Yeah.
understand that, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe go B.A. Baraka style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Completely numb and asleep and then fly over.
yeah,
That's the
but
way to go.
I got a lot of good advice. So I don't know. Yeah, ship. I tried to look into that, but as far as I can see, it's not possible anymore unless it's a cruise. And
Yeah.
if it is a cruise, I cannot afford it. That's
No, it's way too expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But other than that, I will say that one place I also would really like to go is Edinburgh Vaults.
Yes.
That could be exciting. Mary Kim's
Yeah.
Club.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Paris Catacombs, I would like also to go there.
Yeah.
So I have a bucket list, but let's see how many crosses I can put on the list when
Yeah.
the time is over. I don't know yet. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing to have bucket list because then you have something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's true. Something to fight for.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
I have no problem with flying. So for me, if I have to go to the States, I go to the States. The only thing with me is I don't have money to go to the States.
yeah, I know that problem also.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I wish.
yeah. And it's actually it's too bad because one of my other interests, as I mentioned earlier, model car building. I have a lot of American friends I met through the internet, of course, you know, and they also said to me that you just come over here, you can live in my place and like that. So I have free accommodation if I go to the States, you know, but yeah, the flight, the flight. So
I can relate to that.
you don't like flying also.
Yeah. I fly all over Europe, but if I have to go to the States, it's only water below you.
Yeah.
Only water beneath you for 6 hours. Okay, I'm done. I stay home. Yeah.
Yeah. But would you go there? Would you go there by ship?
By ship, no.
No.
Still water.
No. I remember the Titanic.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no ship. No. And I'm not drowning. No way. So BA Baraka style to the States for me. And otherwise, all over Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same for you and me, Mary. We don't go to the States until they build the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll probably.
Not a tunnel, because you have
Oh,
to go below the water.
yeah.
That's
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 no good
worse.
either.
That's worse.
Yeah. We have to wait for the bridge. Yeah.
Maybe one day they will build a bridge that big.
Yeah,
Yeah. We can hope.
You never
So,
know.
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
We're good
I think
nowadays.
not in our lifetime, I think.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Maybe my kids will see that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I get my nerves together and do it just one time. But I have to go to Brussels, and Brussels, New York is the shortest flight, 6 hours. And otherwise, I have to fly to Toronto.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's also 6 hours, I think.
Yeah.
That's not that much. We have a question.
Yeah.
I got a question for you all. What is your opinion on people that near the end, seeing their dead relatives and speaking to them?
Um,
It's
yeah,
a good one. I think they can. I
yeah,
think
Yeah.
they do as well.
yeah. There's a documentary on Netflix about that,
Well,
and
right now,
I think it's still on. And they observed a lot of patients, and every patient who's dying has the same experience. They are talking into the air,
Mm.
um, talking like they are talking to dead relatives. Some even say, someone is waiting for me, he's coming to get me. So, yeah, I do think they really see it. And if it's something in your memory and your brain is messing with you, that I'm not sure. But
Yeah. But I remember I read a couple of books written by a professor from Switzerland, I think, Raymond Moody, uh, called The Life After Life or something like that. I don't know
yeah,
what's it called in English, but if I translate. And he talked to a lot of people who experienced, near-death experiences.
hmm
And he told a story of an old man who was dying, and his granddaughter was killed in an accident, but his family agreed that there was no need to tell him because they know he would die shortly, so they won't put that grief to him, so they wouldn't tell him that his granddaughter was dead.
yeah,
And at one point he died, but of course, often they are obligated to try and revive people, and they did actually revive him. And then he said that he don't understand because when he was about to die, his dead wife came and greeted him, but she brought the girl. I don't remember her name, but she brought their granddaughter also, and like he said, but she's not dead. And then they had to tell him that yes, she is dead. So he saw her with his dead wife without knowing that she was dead.
wow.
And, yeah, and that's if it's true or not, I don't know, but it was in the book, and it's
yeah.
an exciting story. So yeah, but
Interesting story.
Yeah,
mm,
very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I believe that they can see their relatives come. I think so.
Yeah, I have no proof, but I do believe firmly that you can
Yeah,
see and speak to your dead relatives. Yeah.
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 So yeah,
But
I do. I do.
then you can say
Agree.
that that some people who have those near death experiences and get revived again, some experience a lot of things when they're gone. They see the tunnel and all of that. Other
Yep.
people say they don't experience anything; it's just black.
Yeah.
And then you can say, what's the reason for that? But I always thought maybe it's like when we're dreaming, because everybody is dreaming every night.
Yeah.
But maybe you don't remember. It depends on
Nope.
the kind of sleep you are in when you wake up, if you remember or
Yep.
not. And maybe it's the
Exactly.
same when you die. I don't know. Just a theory I have.
It could be. I don't think
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
completely wrong in that.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's
Because
just a very good possibility.
yeah, because of course
Interesting.
it's strange that some people experience something and some don't experience anything. So yeah, but I think
Yep.
there is something.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Absolutely.
Mary.
Last
You do
question.
the honor to do the last question.
I
Oh, that's
love
not
this one.
serious.
I love this one. Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years in the paranormal, and what do you hope to achieve?
That's a good question. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think I see myself regarding the paranormal as the same place as I am now, conducting investigations, listening to EVP recordings, all the work that comes along. So I think that will not change very much, not as long as I'm physically able to do the investigation, at least. And what do I want to achieve? Um, that's an interesting question, because I talked to people about that before, and a lot of people say they want to prove the paranormal exists. But I always thought that you cannot prove that, because all the equipment that can help us prove it can also be used to make fake evidence.
Yep.
Yes.
So there will always be people, no matter what you bring, will always be people who say that's fake. You know, you cannot prove anything until you come with a ghost in a little cage. That's the proof.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, or the bottle.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I hope to what I want to achieve. I hope that I will see a clear full body with details, and of course film it. And I hope in general that I will experience a lot of exciting things like I have already. But you know how it is. You never get enough. You always want to experience more. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's. I don't have a big dream, a big chrome dream that I have to prove to anybody or like that. It's not my ambition.
No,
Yeah,
No, you stay who
absolutely.
you are and do what you do.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's the
So
best. The best one.
I always said that I accept if people don't believe in the paranormal, as long as they respect that I do believe in the paranormal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I
That's the
also,
way it's supposed to be.
yeah, exactly, and I also had members in my team that didn't expect or didn't believe in the paranormal, but they were open for the possibility, and that's the most important for me. So
Yep.
as long as they're open for it, as one of the members told me when he got into the team, he said that he don't believe in it, but he is willing to investigate to see if there should be anything about, if it's true, and that's nice for me. That's better than they believe everything is paranormal.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Plus,
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
keeps you sharp. It
yeah,
makes you check, double check everything.
exactly. You always need to try and debunk everything, because most
Yep.
things can be debunked.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Definitely.
Agreed.
yes.
Definitely agreed.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. I think
Yeah,
we've covered every question, and like you asked before the show, how long does it take usually to do an or an interview?
Yeah,
Well, we're almost at 1.5 hours, so
yeah.
it's
That was a
I
good
regret.
estimate. Yeah, you won. So that's
No,
nice.
we want to thank you, Kim, for being on our show and
absolutely.
answer every question we asked you. It's been an absolute honor to have you
Thank
on the
you.
show.
It's been an honor to participate, and thank you for wanting me in the show.
Of
It was
course.
it was fun. Yeah. So
Yeah,
now
we
we
hope
have to
to
meet.
now we hope you liked it, of course.
Yeah, yeah. It
And
it it was nice. Yeah,
we hope to see you again someday.
yeah. I'm always ready. So you just let me know. Then we find out
We
something.
definitely will.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
definitely will.
we text you and we have a debate one time with a panel, six guys, absolutely marvelous.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
we will.
Yes, but I will look forward to that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely.
We want to thank everybody for watching, of course, and until the next one, which is going to be next, well,
Tomorrow
tomorrow
evening.
and the day afterwards, because
Yes,
that's going to be on another channel, but we're going to share that, so
yeah,
you have to look forward to that one.
absolutely.
Um, and our own podcast is going to be next week. Again,
Yes,
I just can't
absolutely.
remember what day.
Me neither.
Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday.
That's the
We'll
new
post it.
one.
We'll
Yeah, I
post
have
it.
to check. I have to check. Yeah, because I'm stuck in my head with Kara and George Joplin, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be them. But if it's so, we have Thursday as well. So
Yep,
I have to check. Yeah.
exactly. But we'll let you know. Let everybody know. So everybody,
Absolutely.
like we said, until the next one.
Bye
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 bye.
bye.
bye.